Breaking news! The atmosphere is heated behind the scenes at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and fans are counting down the hours until the start of the new season. There is a dream at stake, winning another Super Bowl. But until then, Omar Khan needs to resolve and align some things on the team. One question everyone is asking themselves right now is, why is the board of directors postponing a wide receiver transfer that could reshape the entire offense? I'll tell you everything I've learned in the last few hours. But before you continue, make sure you've already pressed the like button, but only do so if you are a true Steelers fan and dream of seeing this team in the Super Bowl again. If you want, comment like this: "Go Steelers, give us another Super Bowl." Now, let's get right into it. The Pittsburgh Steelers are playing a dangerous waiting game, and the entire fan base is holding its collective breath. Steelers owner Art Rooney II has once again confirmed that the franchise is still open, and perhaps even hopeful, about acquiring four-time NFL MVP Aaron Rodgers. Yes, that Aaron Rodgers, the same quarterback who has eluded confirmation despite continuous rumors and signals suggesting he's interested in donning the black and gold. In a statement during the NFL owners' meetings, Rooney reiterated his willingness to wait a little while longer for Rodgers. Interestingly, it's the exact same wording he used all the way back in early April. Fast forward to now, and we're approaching the end of May. The Steelers still have not received a firm decision from Rodgers, yet reports from credible sources like ESPN's Jeremy Fowler and Brooke Pryor confirm that no official deadline has been issued to the quarterback. That, in itself, is a bold move. Brooke Pryor's report emphasized that the Steelers are not stressing about timing. It supposedly doesn't matter when Rodgers decides, as long as he eventually joins. However, whispers around the organization suggest the real deadline might be early July. That's right, this team is prepared to wait out Rodgers well beyond OTAs and possibly into the dog days of summer. Is this strategic patience or reckless optimism? And here's where it gets more complicated. The Steelers aren't just waiting on Rodgers, they're putting the entire wide receiver room on pause because of him. According to Ray Fittipaldo of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, the team is unlikely to make any significant wide receiver moves until Rodgers' decision is finalized. That's not just speculation, it's impacting actual roster decisions. Options like Keenan Allen and Gabe Davis have been floated, but everything is reportedly stalled pending the outcome of Rodgers' saga. So what's Rodgers doing during all this? According to rumors from insiders like Adam Schefter and Mike Florio, he might announce his decision before the team's OTAs kick off on Tuesday, May 27th. Others suggest a big reveal could happen on Pat McAfee's show, which would certainly be on brand for the eccentric quarterback. In the meantime, fans and analysts alike are growing increasingly uneasy, because if Rodgers really is using this offseason window just to skip OTAs and delay a commitment, then the Steelers might be left holding the bag and missing out on valuable free agents in the process. All of this uncertainty creates a ripple effect throughout the team's strategy. Offensive plans are in limbo, wide receiver recruitment is delayed, and the media circus isn't helping the locker room stability. If Rodgers does eventually sign, it could be a transformative moment. If not, the Steelers might be scrambling to piece together a plan that should have been finalized months ago. And so we ask, is the Steelers front office making the right call by waiting this long for Aaron Rodgers? Is this patience justified by his potential impact? Or could this waiting game come back to haunt Pittsburgh in a crucial year? Let's talk about the dominoes that haven't fallen because of Aaron Rodgers' indecision. One of the biggest consequences of this waiting game is the delay in potentially acquiring another top-tier wide receiver. Names like Keenan Allen and Gabe Davis are being floated as strong fits, especially with the Steelers in a win-now mode. And let's not forget Romeo Dew and Dontavian Wicks, who both have history with Rodgers back in Green Bay. Adding one of these targets could immediately boost the offensive chemistry if Rodgers decides to sign. But the indecision means more than just waiting on new additions. It affects preparation, cohesion, and momentum. While Rodgers might think he's avoiding a few weeks of OTAs, what he's really doing is costing valuable reps for everyone else on offense. The quarterbacks currently on the roster, they're stuck in a holding pattern. The receivers, they don't know who their primary quarterback is going to be. And that's not something you can just fix overnight when training camp rolls around. Now, flip the script for a moment. What if Rodgers does commit, say, tomorrow? The Steelers would instantly become one of the most talked about teams in the league. The signing of a future Hall of Famer would electrify the locker room, spark a wave of free agent interest, and make Pittsburgh a legitimate contender overnight. Not to mention the fan base, which would go from cautious optimism to full-blown Super Bowl dreaming. But therein lies the gamble. What happens if he doesn't sign? What if this whole saga turns out to be a smokescreen or a miscommunication? By then, the top wide receivers might be off the market, the offensive line will have spent the offseason preparing for a different scheme, and the media backlash could become a distraction heading into the season. Meanwhile, there's already friction developing in the public eye. Steelers fans are growing tired of the cryptic comments and delayed timelines. Social media is buzzing with debates, some fans calling for patience, others demanding the team pull the plug and move on. And the longer this drags out, the more those divisions grow. What's even more fascinating is how this saga is reshaping the public image of the Steelers organization. Historically seen as decisive and disciplined, Pittsburgh is now walking a fine line between being methodical and appearing indecisive. And while Rooney's approach may be rooted in long-term vision, the optics aren't doing him or the team many favors right now. To add more fuel to the fire, the uncertainty surrounding Rodgers is also affecting the trade market. One hot topic on Steelers Twitter is the possibility of trading for Washington Commanders star wide receiver Terry McLaurin. But here's the reality, McLaurin isn't going anywhere. Despite his absence from recent offseason activities, both he and Washington have publicly stated their intentions to get a new deal done. Any hopes of landing McLaurin are pure fantasy at this point. Now let's dive even deeper, because the Aaron Rodgers situation has quietly cast a long shadow over another critical piece of the Steelers' puzzle, player development. And here's the reality, this saga isn't just about a quarterback. It's about the ripple effects that touch every corner of the roster. It's about a front office trying to win now, a coaching staff trying to install systems, and young players trying to find their place. And right now, all of that is being dictated by a player who isn't even on the roster yet. Let's start with one of the most underappreciated names on this team, Zach Frazier. According to Bleacher Report's Matt Holder, Frazier might just be the Steelers' best-kept secret, and there's data to back that up. In his rookie year, Frazier notched an impressive 76.8 PFF grade, ranking 6th among all NFL centers. More impressively, he allowed just 12 total pressures the entire season. That's not just solid, that's elite for a first-year player on the offensive line. Yet despite Frazier's quiet dominance, his growth is being overshadowed. Why? Because no one can talk about what this offense is going to look like until the Rodgers decision is made. Will it be a run-heavy scheme to protect an aging QB? Or will it be a wide-open aerial attack designed to maximize Rodgers' arm and decision-making? These aren't small details, these are system-defining choices, and they affect how players like Frazier prepare, train, and execute. And that brings us to another name causing heated debates, DK Metcalf. Yes, Metcalf is now a Pittsburgh Steeler, and yet he's already being undervalued in major media circles. Pro Football Focus Trevor Sakima recently ranked him just 24th among all NFL receivers, a placement that has sparked intense backlash. According to PFF, Metcalf posted a 75.0 receiving grade last season, a step back from his usual production. But let's put this into perspective. So now, the spotlight isn't just on Rodgers, it's on Art Rooney too. Because this situation isn't just about trust in a player, it's about the message you send to the team. By waiting, the Steelers are telling their roster, their staff, and their fans that they believe Rodgers is worth it. But how long can that belief hold? So let's hear it, Steelers Nation. Do you believe Zach Frazier can become a top 5 center this season? And what's your take on DK Metcalf being ranked 24th among receivers? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the video on screen for more deep dives on your Pittsburgh Steelers.